Welcome back。那我们在兽人营地留宿了一晚之后呢，要前往裂谷城。不过在那之前，可能要先解散一下一些追随者，因为第一次进城都会比较多事件，还有一些那个跟 NPC 互动，所以那个怕 MOD 跟那个电脑它本身的负载量太大，会导致无法正常读取进程，所以我们要先解散2位追随者。
You have a grim look. You need my strength again. I'll be home.
Yes, my Thane. Do you need something? Yes, Thane. Be careful. I'm still here. As you wish, my Thane. I await your orders, Thane. My blade is yours to command, Thane. We going? I'll keep watch at Lakeview Manor until you return, Thane. Good hunting.
好遇到虎人商队。
The road makes this. So many refuse to talk to us. They call us thieves and smugglers. I am glad to see that you are not such a one. The ancient ones truly have returned. Take a look.
I wish I could say that I did not, but in every part of Skyrim there is talk of dragon sightings. It is no coincidence.
May your road lead you to warm sands. Surrender, be merciful. What ill fortune that this should happen now. Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid. I had another run-in with a Thieves' Guild.
Be careful, Neil. The Thieves' Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back. One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. or worse.
They represent the reason I'm here. I can't just ignore them, Eren.
I know. I just don't want you to leave. You're the only good thing that's happened to this city in a long time.
You're a stranger here too, huh?
I've never seen me all this upset.
Visitors like us are rare in this part of Skyrim. Safe, yeah? To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think? You know, I'm beginning to respect you. Other than Eren, you seem to be the only other person I've met I might be able to trust. Since we share the same opinion of them, let me warn you that they're recruiting others to join their guild, and you should be cautious. Maven Blackbriar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften citizens from her family, but to no avail. Well, there is Ingun Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son, spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder. I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, Elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between. Many years ago I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust. It's been difficult. I've taken the burdens of this city's problems upon myself, and I keep running into impossible obstacles. Corruption, lies and deceit are the order of the day here. If it wasn't for Eren, the young man who saved my life, I think I'd already have given up long ago. It was Eren who found me dying outside of a Dwemer ruin. If he hadn't brought me here and nursed me back to health, I would have died. When my strength returned and he told me about the problems plaguing Riften, I decided fate brought me here for a reason, so I stayed. Safe travels.
I've never seen me all this upset about anything. The city really gets to her.
I don't know you. You in Riften looking for trouble? Yeah? Well, I got news for you. There's nothing to see here. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some stranger sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Only way you could have found one of those is by stealing it. Guess you'll fit in around here better than I thought. So what do you want to know? Do I look like a merchant to you? You're gonna have to take that up with Vex in the Thieves Guild. Get in good with them and you'll find her. The only thing I heard is a rumor that a boy named Aventus Aretino in Windhelm has been attempting to contact the Dark Brotherhood. He used to live here in Riften at the orphanage on the other side of town, but I think he ran away. Can't say I blame him. Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild, so basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says. You kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you. Be seeing you around.
Watch the skies, traveler.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know, but how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem.
Huh? What do you want? Yes. Hofgrir took me in when I arrived in Riften about a year ago. He's been teaching me everything he knows. Horses are my whole life. Back in Hammerfell, I helped my family raise horses at our farm. I hope to open my own stables one day, but I think it's going to take a lot longer than I expected. I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do. I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed before it even arrived. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me. You will? Oh, thank you. Be careful with Sapphire. She mixes with all sorts of nasty people.
Working at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
If you're looking for a bed, this is the wrong place. You looking for something or what? This heap of matchsticks is what everyone calls Helga's bunkhouse. Can you stay here? No. The bunkhouse is for the working man, not some sort of luxury inn for tourists. There's a college in Winterhold that teaches magic. It's very secretive though, and you know how people hate secrets. The Jarl's Court wizard was taught there. That one's full of secrets. Of course not. You expect me to take care of it by myself? My niece Svana helps me with the chores. She'd be more help if she kept her head out of the clouds. She's been with me ever since her parents were killed by bandits and she was dropped in my lap. I don't know why I bother.
Sorry about the mess. Keeping this place clean is quite a chore. Work? I suppose you can call it that. I call it slavery. I work my fingers to the bone keeping this disgusting place clean. Ever since my parents died and Helga took me in, it's been a nightmare. How was I to know she was such a wretched woman? So now I'm stuck living here, while those pigs she calls customers grope me and say the most awful things. It's not just the work, it's everything about her. She's disgusting. I think she takes her worship of Dibella a bit too seriously. Do you know she slept with 3 different men in the last month alone? What kind of woman would do such a thing? Just for once, I'd like to see her squirm, to rub her nose in it. Actually, there is, but I don't think I could get away with doing it. She'd kill me if she found out. You see, I happen to know, after she makes love, she gives her partner a token of her affection, called a Mark of Dibella. If you confront her with 3 of the marks, she'd be so embarrassed. Well, I don't know what she'd do. Oh, this is going to be great! You need to get the marks of Dibella from Boli, Hofgrir, and Indaren. Not sure how you're going to do that, but try your best. Then just confront Helga with them, and the rest works itself out. Try and get those marks without violence, please. I don't want to be responsible for their deaths. Or yours. Any luck getting the marks from those men?
Need something?
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones. All meats guaranteed.
Never done an
clean
honest
and
day's
free
work in
from
your
rock
life for all
joints.
that coin you carry. Hey, lad. Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you're carrying. Hey, lad. I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell. It's all about sizing up your mark, lad. The way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway. Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lad. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste. I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid. Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under a stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing. There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. Now, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get started.
All meats guaranteed, clean and free from rock joints.
Do you want me to hold your hand as well? You're going to have to sneak over to Medesi's stall and use your lockpick on the strongbox. Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche and leave it behind. I'm ready when you are. Just give the word.
Sure. I'm a dirty beggar. Why would you want to even... To oblivion with all of you! You rich piles of dung walking by us like we're not there, pretending we don't exist? How dare you! Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Fresh meats and produce. Get them before the dawn.
All right then.
Skyrim.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim. Always. I picked up a trick from a butcher in Elenir, a small town over the border in Hammerfell. He showed me a way to grind up ice wraith teeth and use it as a preservative. Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time. I'm always looking to replenish my supply, so if you ever come across 5 of them, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands. Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out. Well, I'd be careful if I were you. I hear the Nords hunt them for some kind of initiation rite, and not all of them end up victorious. The last traveler that traded me some said he found them at a place called Ancient's Ascent. Careful though. Rumor has it a dragon makes its home there. They live below the streets in the ratway like dirty animals. And trust me, they're no better than the vermin that slink out of there for scraps. They make it difficult for decent people to earn a living. Of course, not many decent people live here in the first place. It's Riften's name for the sewers beneath our feet. Absolutely disgusting. If you fancy keeping your purse filled with gold and your head on your shoulders, I'd stay out of those awful tunnels.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Just what you see here. Be careful looking for those teeth. Those little bastards are dangerous.
I've never seen Mjol this upset about anything. The city really gets to her.
My husband Bersi will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself. Be careful up there. Riften can be dangerous.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind. Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind? I may be Dark Elf by birth, but I was raised Argonian. For reasons I'm still trying to discover, I ended up orphaned, then taken in by a kindly Argonian family in Black Marsh. I hope one day to find out what happened to me, how I ended up like that. Everything I've got on display, really. your eyes to the road.
All the crime and corruption in Riften is really getting to him. And now that we hear rumors about the dragons, he's been very...
If you're looking for a handout, you'll want to speak with my husband. If you're looking for company, I suppose I could do worse. Excuse me.
With legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
You in There's nothing like fishing on Lake Onric. You should try it sometime. Only the best in all of Riften. I own Riften Fishery. Started out with a single fishing pole, and now I have an entire building and 2 boats to my name. Not bad for a middle-aged Nord, eh? Too bad I haven't had the same success helping this city shed its poverty. Nivenor thinks I'm wasting my time trying, but I disagree. I sell my catch across a good portion of Skyrim. It's worth its weight in gold to me. The only untapped market left is Markarth. However, I just got word that Klepper at the Silver Blood Inn might be interested. If you're headed that way, I would appreciate you delivering a purchase agreement for me. You'd be paid, of course. Good. Klepper will pay you as soon as you arrive with the letter. Here you are. Yes, I suppose someone has to be around here. Have you seen the condition of this sorry excuse for a city? Beggars roam the streets, crime runs rampant, and the threat of war is driving away business. The paltry amount of coin that I place in the charity box at the temple is the least I can do to help. Nivenor is my wife. How I was ever able to meet such a gorgeous creature is one of life's mysteries. We're at odds about my charity. She thinks the people in this town have become lazy and expecting a handout. I tried to include her in my lessons from Maramal over at the Temple of Mara, but she prefers to shop instead. Different strokes, eh? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'd never sleep with anyone besides my good wife, Drifa.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Hand what over? I have no idea what you're talking about. Look, it was one night, okay? I think she slipped something in my drink. I haven't even been back to the bunkhouse since. Just take this damn thing. I never want to see it again. Remember to give at the temple.
See into other people's thoughts.
Did you get that purchase agreement to Markarth yet?
You gonna buy something? Or just here for training? Otherwise, move on. Look, I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely scraping by. I'm not out to win friends, and I could care less if you're happy about your purchase or not. I just need the coin. The sooner I get out of Skyrim, the better. Are you serious? The war is tearing the land apart. The dragons have returned seeking who knows what. Skyrim is going nowhere, fast. If I were you, I'd pack up and get out of here before you end up in one of those burial cairns. There are ruined sewer tunnels beneath the city. The only way I know how to get in there is through a door off of the canal. If I were you, I'd keep my feet dry and stay up here. See for yourself. Come back when you're ready to spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it.
New in town, eh? Here for the fishing, I guess.
Vegetables as crisp as a winter's morning.
Rare trinkets and the finest oddities from Morrowind.
Greetings, honored friend. Could I interest you in some fine jewelry? If anything pleases the eye, don't I do. Sadly, I'm one of the few traditional Saxhleel jewelers that remains in Tamriel. It's becoming a lost art. Only trouble is gathering materials has become hazardous. The roads to the mines and to the other cities are thick with bandits, and worse. Would you be interested in gathering some materials for me? I'd certainly be happy to compensate you. Thank you, Landstrider. I'm seeking a small list of items to complete my next creation. 2 flawless sapphires, a mammoth tusk, and a chunk of gold ore. The ivory from this tusk will be perfect for the inlay on my amulets.
Buy some armor and live to tell it.
Perfect. Melting this down will give me plenty of gold for those necklaces I started. Not well, I'm afraid. That Brynjolf, he keeps draining the people's pockets with his ridiculous miracle cures. A few months ago, it was Troll Fatsav, and now he's got something new. Not that there's anything that can be done about it. He's in good with the Thieves Guild. See for yourself. Safe travels, Landstrider.
If you're looking for a handout, you'll want to speak with my husband. If you're looking for company, I suppose I could do worse.
Okay, lad. Ready to make some coin?
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
I'm ready when you are. Just give the word.
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself.
Working at the Riften fishery is tough, but it puts some coin in my pocket.
Come to see Balaman perform miracles with steel, eh? Smithing's been in my blood for generations. I owe my success to my forefathers and their recipe for flame. The secret is my forge. It consumes fire salts, a strange mineral that burns as hot as red mountain lava. Well, it was. Sadly, this forge is dying, and I've used the last of my fire salts. If I can't feed it soon, it may grow cold. You will? Thank you. 10 pinches of fire salt should give me all I need to bring this forge back to life. A flame Atronach's body might provide fire salt. They're dangerous creatures that can be summoned by wizards. Of course, it would be much easier to check with an alchemist. They occasionally have them for sale. People say I'm making gold off of other people's misery, but what else would I do? Smithing is all I know. Next time one of my shields deflects a killing blow, they'll change their tune. The finest weapons and armor. Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will... What brings you to Balamut today? You wish to do what I do? Very well. Remember, nothing but genuine... Fire salts will do. The Forge knows the difference.
You master around here. What did you want?
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me?
I'm quite busy. Yeah, what do you want? If this is about the meadery, we can talk later. Maven Blackbriar wants me to keep the mead flowing, and that's what I aim to do, despite all these lazy good-for-nothings that work for us. Ever since I took over as a foreman, the production of our mead has never been more profitable. And if the meadery is profitable, I'll get rich. Get the picture? Lady Maven could buy or sell anyone in Skyrim. I wouldn't be surprised if she's the one pulling the strings around this city. She's always welcome in Mistveil Keep, and between you and me, I'm pretty sure she even has some pretty influential friends within the Empire. I'd also warn you not to cross her. She employs quite a few troubleshooters to take care of messy problems. You're crazy. How dare you make such an accusation? If word gets around that I bedded her, they'll lose all respect for me at the meadery. Take the mark if you want it. It's not worth all this hassle anyway. Good. Now maybe I can get back to work.
So what if I have a problem?
You look like you could use a drink. What do you say to some... No, friend. You've got it all wrong. I'm not selling cheap mead. I'm selling good mead for cheap. Black Briar mead. I sell cases of it for half of what the inns and taverns pay through the meadery. All I need is someone to deliver it for me. If anyone saw me leave Riften, they get suspicious. I need someone to take this small keg of Blackbriar mead to Wilhelm at the Vilmer Inn in Iverstead. Drop it off, and he'll trade you something for the delivery. Keep it as payment for the legwork. Oh, and if you bump into Indarin from the meadery, keep your mouth shut. He'd write us out in a second. Good. Now get going. Nothing but the best. Blackbriar mead, fresh from the vat. Best of all, you don't have to pay the ridiculous prices Maven charges. So what do you say to that? Suit yourself. If you change your mind, I'll be around.
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the We serve only the best here. Blackbriar mead. May I get... Lady Maven's been developing this secret recipe for Blackbriar mead over the last several decades. She uses a very secret blend of spices, fresh honey from Golden Glow Estate, and specially constructed aging casks to ensure the best flavor. Even when you get to the last sip in your flagon, it'll taste just as good as the first. Damn it. Sorry. I'm not very good at this. Look, just don't say anything to Maven, will you? I've spent weeks trying to get that right, and if she sees how stupid I am, she'll get rid of me. Yeah, fired. Sure, that's what I meant. She's an absolute pleasure to work for. In fact, I almost feel guilty accepting pay from her. Why, just this last week, I was commenting to my fellow meadery workers just how lucky we are to be working for such a charitable family. Okay, look. If I'm caught saying anything bad about the meadery or the family, I'm a dead man. I'm the 4th person to work the tasting counter in the last year. The last 3 are at the bottom of Lake Honrink. Just take my advice, and just get out of Riften as soon as you can. Come back and see us again.
Sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you much right now. I'm currently in mourning. It was my sister, Lilia. She served as a battle maiden with the Stormcloaks. We recently heard she'd been killed. I find it difficult to talk about. Perhaps you'd be better off speaking to my parents about it. Anyway, I'm glad my work at the Blackbriar Meadery keeps me busy. Helps me keep my mind off of things. My father was a Stormcloak soldier in his younger days. Now he just walks the streets spewing his hatred and propaganda. My mother is the priestess of Talos. She tends to the shrine and teaches his ways. I'm just not so sure she's delivering the right message. Don't mistake my political beliefs as a substitute for my family values. They're still my parents, and I love them dearly. I just think they've let my sister's death skew their outlook on Ulfric and what he really brings to the table with this war. I'm not so certain that Ulfric's intentions are as noble as they think. I think Ulfric cares about Ulfric, and the rest is a smokescreen. I'd appreciate if you kept my opinion between us. The last thing I want to do is have my parents lose another child. You've caught me at a bad time. I've lost someone dear to me. Yes? What is it? Yes, actually. I'm partnered with Maven Blackbriar. I put up a chunk of the gold she needed to get the place off the ground. We've been staggeringly successful so far. In fact, I'm almost surprised how quickly she's generated business for us. My name may not be on the label, but some of my blood, sweat, and tears are in every drop. Figuratively, of course. It's been good talking to you.
I'm quite busy. Need something, or can I get back to work? Aye, I suspected as much, but I've never been able to catch that little sneak with proof. That fetcher. I gave him the same keg just this morning, and told him to store it in the cellars. Oh, he'll rot in prison for this one, I promise you. As soon as Maven finds out, it's all over for him. Here, take this as a bit of a reward for nabbing our little thief. Good. Now maybe I can get back to work.
So what if I have a problem? I know how to deal with it.
A Dreth never forgets a traitor. You'll pay for this. Sure. How do you think I get my hands on the good stuff and offer it so cheap? You think old Maven is just giving it away to anyone? Good thing she makes so much money. Makes it easier for merchandise like this to fall through the cracks. Safe travels.
Sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you much right now. I'm currently in mourning. Yes?
Azura's wisdom to you, friend.
Welcome. Allow me to recommend the Blackbriar Mead, the purest...
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort. Consider joining up myself.
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself.
I have all sorts of interesting items for sale. Have you looked around? Catchy, isn't it? In my youth, I was a fisherman. I had a beautiful ship named the Brawny Prawn. But the years have a way of creeping up on you. I ended up selling that ship to open this place. Seemed only fitting to name it after her. Well, changed it a bit, I suppose. If I had been smarter, I would have kept my boat. Coming to this city was a big mistake. The question is, what isn't wrong with Riften? This city's corrupt, rotten to the core. No one cares about anything except themselves, and how much coin they can make off the misery of others. Authorities, have you been listening to what I said? They're all dirty. Every one of them. The only way to get things done in this city is to keep your head down and pay off the right people. They used to be pretty feared around here. I mean, you'd whisper the name, and it'd send chills down your spine. Now, they're nothing more than ruffians and thugs, trying to pry a few extra coin from honest people. All it would take is a small force of guard to go into the Ratway and flush them out. It's our name for the old sewers that run under the city. It used to be a huge system hundreds of years ago, but it fell into decay, just like the rest of Riften. The Guild stocks the place full of thugs that aren't good enough to join, so watch yourself if you venture down there. Until next time, pickings may be a bit slim. Some may call this junk. Me? I call them treasures. Mm-hmm. if you need something. I
刚才信中提到，就是我们之前解过的那个副乳骨粉，那里的闹鬼已经解决掉了。
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. This place has seen better days, but it's not my fault. I swear if I wasn't around, Elgrim would forget to eat his meals. How we make any coin at all is beyond me. In fact, I need to arrange for someone to pick up an ore sample for me in Shore's stone. Goodness knows Elgrim won't let Defender to do it. You won't?
Oh, that would be wonderful. Speak to Filnyar in Shore's Stone. He's got some sort of ore sample he wants us to identify and was willing to pay us well for it. When Elgrim said we were setting up shop down here, I told him he would catch his death. The dirt, the moisture, is disgusting. Who wants to spend their life living like a skeever? But that old bellyacre just fed me some nonsense about light ruining his mixtures and being close to the water. Ah. I know how to mix a few basic potions, but I'm nowhere near as skilled as a master alchemist. I've picked up a few tricks by reading the tomes scattered all over the shop, but I don't have the knack to pull off half of the formulas. I wish Elgrim had spent more time tutoring me than that Ingun girl. Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way. Elgrim can barely put on his own shoes, let alone have the energy to pursue a young girl. He's been gushing about how talented Ingun is at alchemy. He'd never say it to her face. That's not his way. I just think Elgrim's taken it upon himself to mentor the young thing, so he focuses a lot of attention on her. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Be careful. The road to Shore's Stone could be dangerous.
I've got your back. I am at your command. Lead on.
Have you managed to make it out to Shore's Stone?
You here for lessons like Ingun? Or did you wish to buy something? Hardly. In fact, I don't know how I get anything done with all the distractions I have to put up with. My wife, Halfjorg, well, she's a necessary evil, I suppose. Not a lick of talent when it comes to alchemy, but she keeps me fed. Then there's Ingun Blackbriar, bright young thing and a worthy apprentice, when she isn't wasting my rare ingredients. Well, the moisture in the air is better for the ingredients. It isn't every day that you get your hands on fresh nernroot or painted troll fat. It also makes it easier to gather water when the canal is right out the front door. Besides, I also prefer the quiet. I didn't open this business for browsing. Come in, buy what you need, and get out. Take a look. Yes, goodbye.
Sorry. Just thinking about my experiments.
This place has seen better days, but it's not my fault.
My mind is on my experiments today. What did you need? What was it you wanted? I'm aspiring to earn that title, yes. However, the road ahead is paved with loose cobbles and deadly pitfalls. Master Elgrim says I'm a natural, that I have a unique talent, but I fear his approval masks his intolerance for my mistakes. My errant formulas have cost Master Elgrim a fortune in ingredients, some of which are almost irreplaceable. To restore Master Elgrim's supply, I would need 20 Deathbell, 20 Nightshade, and 20 Nirnroot. Am I sensing that you may be interested in gathering these rare ingredients for me? That means more time for my experiments and less time in the field. Much appreciated. Nirnroot is the easiest. It grows only by the water and makes a unique chiming noise. The only drawback is it won't regrow after harvesting. Nightshade is native to the pine forest and marshy tundra regions of Skyrim, and has a distinctive starburst-like violet flower. Last we have Deathbell, which only grows in marshy tundra terrain. Its inverted bluish-purple flower bunches are unmistakable. It's exhilarating to observe the effects of my potions on the body. Watching the heart stop, the eyes go blind. We're made up of thousands of parts with thousands of different functions, all working in tandem to keep us alive. Yet if only a single part of our imperfect machine fails, life fails. It makes one realize how fragile, how flawed we are. You ask why I'm so fascinated? The irony that the same world that gave us life provides us the means to die. Any luck gathering those ingredients? My family. All that wealth and they squander it on foolish ventures and political schemes. I was meant for so much more than all of this. I wish to pledge my life and ply my talents in darker circles. If only my mother would let me, I would make her proud.
他算是家族里面少数比较好的人。
My experiments can't be completed until you've brought me those ingredients. Do hurry.
People of Riften, heed my words. The return of the dragons is not mere coincidence.
I've never seen me all this upset about anything. The city really gets to
Lady
her.
Mara is displeased with your constant inebriation. Put down your flagons filled with your vile liquids and embrace the teachings of the Handmaiden of Kine.
No, Maramal. We talked about this. Talon?
Kirava, certainly we can come
What's
to
your
some sort
problem?
of an understanding. These people must be made aware of the chaos they've sown.
Enough,
Yeah.
Maramal.
What's
We've
your
all
problem?
heard of the dragons and their return.
I knew
Only
that
you can
stupid
use
kid
them
would
as an
try and find a way to
excuse
weasel out
harass
of his
our
debt.
customers.
Look, this
Very
is
well,
really
Talon.
simple. I lent him some
remove
gold, he
myself
promised to
from
pay
this
me
den of
back,
iniquity.
and now he says he's broke.
We're not
End of
kicking you
story.
out. Just keep the servants at the temple and let us all sin in peace.
All right. I guess I made enough from his shipment. No need to waste any more time threatening a stable hand. Tell Shadra he doesn't owe me anything. I hope we bump into each other again. Look, I already said Shadra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
Why hire a common soldier to protect you when you can have a master of the arcane? If you change your mind, seek me out here. Why settle for just stabbing your foes when you can roast them alive in a gout of arcane fire?
Watch what you're doing.
Aha, a fellow Nord. If your allegiance lies with the Empire, we haven't. They mean to take our history and crush it all in the name of some damn treaty. The soil beneath our feet is steeped in the blood of our ancestors. We've fought for this land, and died for it. I lost my own daughter to the Imperial dogs, and by Talos I'll not lose anyone else. Lilia joined the Stormcloaks many years ago, when the first of the skirmishes broke out across Skyrim. I was so proud of her. She served as a battle maiden, using her healing arts to help those that fell on the battlefield. Never even lifted a blade in her life. It didn't matter. The Imperial soldiers cut her down, killed her like a dog, and left her body to rot in the mud. And that's why I won't rest easy until every single Imperial soldier joins her, and Ulfric sits upon the throne of Skyrim. Support Ulfric or die trying. There's nothing in between.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. What can I get you? Meat? Wine? Head north to Winterhold. There's a college there. They teach magic. Most Nords don't care for them. Else you could go see the Jarl's wizard. Might be able to help you. If it's true that the dragons have returned, what will it mean for all of us? Is this how it all ends? Come back and see us again.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know. I met her when I wandered into Riften a few years ago. Been smitten with her ever since. In fact, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. In Blackmarsh, tradition dictates we present a potential mate a unique wedding ring to represent our future bond. I already have the gold band, but all I need are 3 flawless amethysts to complete the setting. I understand. Hopefully I'll be able to save my meager earnings up to buy them one day. Is there something I can do for you? I met her when in Blackmarsh. I already have the gold band, but all I need I don't know what to say. Such kindness is unheard of in these times. Here, I want you to accept this as payment for your sacrifice. And we both thank you. 3, in fact. They're my own recipe. Brought them over here from my days as a bartender in Gideon. First is the Velvet Lechance, which is a mixture of blackberry, honey, spiced wine, and a touch of nightshade. Perfectly safe, I assure you. Second, we have the White Gold Tower, which is heavy cream with a layer of blended mead, lavender, and dragon's tongue on top. Last, and only for the bravest of souls, we have the Cliff Racer, which is firebrand wine, Cyrodiilic brandy, Flynn, and Sujamma. They're vermin, garbage. They're exactly what makes this city such a horrible place to live. How appropriate they should live in the Ratway with the rest of the trash. Disgusting. Ruined sewers filled with goodness knows what. There's an entrance down by the canal, but I'd highly advise you to stay out of there. It's the Thieves Guild's territory. If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
Look, I already said Shadra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar. Ah, well, I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth. Good man. You won't regret it. Head to the Riften jail and talk to Sibby. Get him to tell you where Frost and his lineage papers are and bring them to me outside Riften. You'll be well paid for your time. No idea, but whatever he did, it must have angered Maven. No guard would lock up a Blackbriar without the old lady's permission. I'm not exactly comfortable around guards or jails. Definitely not when associates of mine have been locked up. No, I'll meet you outside of town. I'll meet you outside of town.
I'm telling you, I heard it. Howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
Have our scouts come up with any information on these reports of dragons?
Yes, my lady. That unpleasantness at Helgen supposedly involved a dragon. It killed several soldiers.
As Jarl Layla's houseguard, I would ask that you maintain a respectable distance from her.
Make sure there's a
times.
contingency plan in effect in case Riften falls under attack.
Yes, my lady. I've also taken the liberty in preparing a private carriage, just in case.
Good. If Riften should fall, it's only right that its leader be spared.
Welcome to Mistvale Keep. I'm Jarl Layla's steward, Anuriel. As Riften's steward, I'm afraid I can provide only limited assistance. As steward, I serve as an intermediary between the Jarl and her subjects. I also handle the less important and day-to-day policies that affect daily life in Riften. Lately, I've had my hands full suppressing these ridiculous accusations of corruption in the Keep. There are those that believe the Jarl does nothing for this city, that it's corrupt and run by the Blackbriar family. I can assure you that this is entirely false. We are fully in control of everything. I'd hardly call them a guild. More like unorganized rabble. In fact, I wouldn't say they were a threat at all. No, our resources should be spent on preparations for invasion. You're welcome in Riften, as long as you continue to obey our laws.
Welcome to Riften, traveler. I hope the road fared well for you. What can I do for you? While I feel Ulfric's cause is just, my concern is for the people of the Rift. How can they continue to lead their already meager lives with dark clouds looming overhead? My heart goes out to them. If only our coffers were deeper, I could protect them as they were my own family. With the Stormcloaks at his back, Ulfric's poised to rid Skyrim of the Empire's forces and invalidate our involvement with the White Gold Concordat. Many have died taking up arms for this cause. I fear that the land will be stained with blood for years to come. Surely you're aware of the Great War between the Imperials and the Elves who called themselves the Aldmeri Dominion? When the smoke cleared, the White Gold Concordat was signed. It was supposedly a treaty aimed at establishing peace within the Empire. One of the terms of the treaty was the outlawing of worship to Talos. To the Stormcloaks, this was viewed as the moment when the Empire became unworthy of the allegiance of any true Nord. We're all eager to see them brought to justice. Maven Blackbriar has assured me that they're being dealt with appropriately. As one of our city's most influential citizens, she's taken it upon herself to oversee their incarceration. Sadly, they're proving elusive, but I have confidence that Maven won't give up until this city has been rid of them all. Good journey to you.
As if Skyrim didn't have enough outsiders.
Oh, come to gloat, have we? To poke fun at the Jarl's youngest son? Because I did something not a soul in this blood-stained house of war has the backbone to do. Dared to speak my mind. I dared speak of the Empire and the lies that have been spread by Ulfric, the leader of the Stormcloaks. Now my mother's stripped me of my heritage and incarcerated me here like a common criminal, and my brother has all but disowned me. Be wary what you say around here, friend. You'll find not all take kindly to insurrection. Ulfric only cares about one thing. Ulfric. He's ordained himself the future High King of Skyrim, and steps on anyone that gets in his way. He's begun a rebellion against those that wish to eradicate the worship of Talos, and uses it as his rallying cry. His cause may be true, but the man is a lie. All he holds in his heart is lust for the throne. Until next time.
The Thieves Guild used to run this city. Now they're nothing but braggarts and bullies, rotting to death down in their rat way.
Speak. I wish to hear everything my subjects have to say.
Welcome to Mistvale Keep. I'm Jarl Layla's steward, Anuriel. Did we have an appointment? Excuse my disorganization, but I'm in the middle of some delicate experiments. Someone actually interested in what I'm doing. Amazing! Well, allow me to explain. My experimentation involves a magical construct and a reagent that will allow the construct to maintain a field of permanent harmonic energy. The blue thing? But even the simplest harmonic field is composed of entirely... Wait just a moment. The blue thing. Yes. I can see your point. Draw out the necessary energies using a Jarl apparatus. But wait, what about soul reversal? You must be aware of the consequences when using the apparatus near an open magic field. Calipers? That's utterly ridiculous. Maybe long ago you could just find calipers in every household across Tamriel, but not anymore. Hold on, you've given me a brilliant idea. Just as calipers hold materials in place, a soul siphon can hold magic fields in place. Genius! And I'm sure you've completely worked out how to counteract complete dimensional collapse, right? Are you completely insane? Swallow a soul gem? That has to be the most brilliant and unexpected solution I've heard in a long time. It solves all of my problems and keeps the field stable. Now all I need... Wait, what were we talking about? Yes, I could use some help with that. An assistant, perhaps? No. Maybe a familiar... No, too messy. Well, at any rate, organization is not my strong suit. Not at all. I need as much help as I can get. In fact, if you could retrieve a few things for me, I could start on my next set of experiments. As you can imagine, I tend to forget things often. Leave things around. I really must learn to put these things away. What I need is my Dwemer stirring spoon, my orichalcum ingot, and my grand soul gem. In fact, I could use them immediately. Bring those items back to me, and I'll be happy to experiment on you. No, that isn't right. I'd be happy to reward you. Excellent. I can't wait. Well, why are you still standing here? Oh, right. You need to know where they are. That would help. Let's see. Last time I used the Dwemer's spoon was at my dear friend Bodhi's house in Iverstead. Fellstar Farm, I believe it's called. The orichalcum ingot should still be at Winterhold at the Frozen Hearth Inn. I don't know why I didn't just take it with me. And last is the soul gem. I left that one in Windhelm at the White Phial Alchemy Shop. It was a good trade, too. Oh well. Someone actually in... My experimentation involves a magical construct. Wait. But wait. What about... Hold on. Genius! And I'm sure you've completely worked out how to counteract... Of course! 9 is the most basic of magical principles. Oh, how stupid of me. That completely takes care of all your basic problems. Magicka burn, dimensional collapse, and thermic drift. You've done it! Now if I can only remember what we were originally talking about. Spells and incantations, for those with the talent to cast them.
show you spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Okay. Now where did I put those spiders? Welcome to Mistvale Keep.
As Jarl Leila's houseguard, I would ask that you maintain a respectable distance. Indeed. There have been multiple attempts on the Jarl's life. We're not certain if it's the Dark Brotherhood or simply Imperial sympathizers. We've also had run-ins with spies attempting to probe our security for weaknesses. I work with the city guard to make certain they fail. At the end of the day, I'm the last line of defense for the Jarl. I will not allow her to fall. I'm keeping my eye on you.
If this isn't about official city business, you're wasting my time. Every day, the threat of exile from Riften draws closer for myself and my family. Who knows how many spies the Empire has sent into our midst already? We're at war. This isn't the time for hospitality. Thank goodness Mother is keeping a level head about everything. If my brother Saerlund had his way, we'd be flying Imperial colors by now. I presume you have something important to say? Can you believe that fool had the audacity to speak of his love for the Empire in the plaza? He expects us to drop our defenses and greet them with open arms, to dialogue with them rather than defend our homeland by spilling their blood. He's a traitor, plain and simple. Had I been sitting on the throne, he'd be hanging from the gallows for his sympathies toward the Empire. If you must know, I was practicing in the yard when the guard I was sparring with fainted when I specifically told him to duck. My blade bit right into the stonework next to the keep and needed serious repairs. Thankfully, our smith Balamond works wonders. In fact, if you'd fetch my blade from him, I'd be most appreciative. Thank you. Do hurry, please. All right, then.
As Riften's steward, I'm afraid I can provide only limited assistance. But speak your mind. Did we have an appointment? No. Was it delivery?
come to see Balliman perform miracles with steel, eh? Lazy good-for-nothing, isn't he? Sent you down here when I'm a stone's throw from the keep. Here's the sword. Tell Harald to stop slaying walls, and perhaps his blade will stay in better condition. Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The Forge knows the difference.
Speak. Took your sweet time getting it to me. Here you go, for your trouble. All right then.
Hail, companion. What are you doing down here? Oh, my mistake then. Sorry, you can go on ahead.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll?
Have you come to gawk at me, or is this a social call? When speaking of the Blackbriars, only one thought should spring to mind. We are not to be trifled with. Help us, you end up rich. Cross us, and you'll end up a memory. Is that enough information for you? Look, we all have our flaws. Mine is that women can't get enough of me. So I had this little affair going on while I was betrothed to a beautiful girl named Svidi. Well, she finds out and she tells her brother Wolfer that her brother attacks me with a knife. I mean, I had to defend myself. Exactly. Now I have to stare at these bars for 8 months. Can you believe it? I was about to let that wench marry into the richest family in Riften, and this is how she repays me. I'd do anything to have that whore's head on a platter. All I need to know is where she is. Ah, that's the spirit. Find her, and I promise you'll be well compensated. Yeah, Mother thought I should be taught a lesson for airing the family's dirty laundry in public. I mean, I've taken care of many people for her in the past. What in oblivion did she expect me to do? Ah, well, at least I have all the comforts of home during my stay. Well, except the touch of a woman, of course. She was a young woman, buxom, with long, flowing black hair. She used to sing the most lovely songs to me when we were courting. Never heard a voice so beautiful. All that talent will go to waste when I'm finished with her. Ah, and let me guess. He wants his horse. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem. See, I don't really outright own Frost. That is correct. You see, Frost belongs to the Blackbriar estate. Technically, everything in the estate is owned by my mother, Maven. My plan was to take the horse from our lodge and deliver it to Latrush at the stables. Obviously, that didn't exactly work out as I'd planned. Still, I don't want to cross Latrush. Tell you what, steal the horse and deliver it, and you can have the second half of the payment. Sure, take advantage of the guy in jail. Okay, fine, I can make the deal sweeter. I obviously don't have anything here, but there's a hidden stash in the lodge. And I did manage to hold on to the key. Take it.
Hail, companion.
If those Whiterun gods can take down the dragon, so could we. Go fiddling with any locks around here, we're going to have a real problem.
Too lazy to walk, eh? Well, you found the right place. Got horses that need shoeing, so... I'm not afraid of anything out here. Walls are just a weakling's hiding spot. Not me. I'm no weakling. In fact, I bet I got the strongest arms in all of Skyrim. Oh, sounds like I've got a challenger. Tell you what, how about a friendly wager, just between us? I bet you my entire purse of septums I can beat you in a fistfight. You match the bet, and we fight until one of us gives in. Alright, remember, this is a clean fight. No weapons, no tricks. And none of those fancy magic spells either. Here we go. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
Get it! Don't let him get away with this!
I'll tear you to pieces! Son of a...
Come on, he's not so tough.
Who taught you to fight? Keep those hands up! Somebody get
I don't believe it. I guess you were right.
Come on, he's not so tough.
It's good to be put in your place once in a while. You've been a good friend to me. That means something. Been stuck with the name for years. I've been riding horses since I was a lad. Nothing I liked more. But as I got bigger, so did my mounts. Then one day, I was drunker than I've ever been and mounted a poor colt. Broke his back in two. Haven't ridden since. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't even know what that is. Look, you must have me confused with someone else. I don't want a bad reputation in Riften, but Helga's out of control. She wanted to try it in the stables, so I said yes. If you want the mark that badly, then go ahead and take it. All right then.
Any luck with Sapphire? 5, 8. You actually talked her into it? I don't know what to say. I didn't think anyone in Riften even cared what happened to me. Look, I was saving this, but I wanted you to have it. I thought I might need it if Sapphire came for me, but I don't need it anymore. I'd better get going.
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale at fair prices.
You lost?
If you're looking for a bed, this is the wrong place. You looking for something or what? What? How? Where did you get these? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Look, we need to keep this quiet between you and me, okay? No one else needs to know about it. If word got out that I'm practicing my Debellan arts in Riften, they'll run me out of town. Here, take this and don't mention a word of this to anyone, especially Svanna. I don't know why I bother. Is there something I can do for you?
I don't getting the marks from those men. Sorry about the mess. Keeping this place clean is quite a chore. Oh, I know. Isn't it wonderful? I bet she squirmed like a skeever when you pulled them out of your pocket. I think things are going to be a lot different around here from now on. And I have you to thank for it. Here, I want you to have this. It was my father's, but I'm certain you'll put it to good use. Sure, leave. Not like you care anyway.
OK， 我想我们今天冒险就到这儿。 大部分都是处理一些杂事，还有记录一下裂谷城这个城镇中人民的生活百态，以及他们不为人知的一面。这个城市非常的乱，之后再来慢慢整顿吧。又或者是说，也有可能会加入盗贼工会，兴风作浪一番。这就之后再说了。那我们下回再见吧，拜拜。